Hey everyone, for those of you who are new here, my name is Jim and I want to take this opportunity to shoot a video because I was testing some screen recording softwares. I have Camtasia, I have Streamlabs, I have OBS, and I was doing some settings on the audio quality because previous video quality was pretty bad. I haven't watched any video tutorials to choose the best settings based on my operating system. And since now I download one software and I want to test the sound, what better way to actually shoot and upload a video and doing also a challenge as well, right? So without further ado, let's kick this off. For those of you who are not know me, my name is Jim, or the Greek name is Dimitris. Jim or Jimmy is the English translation. I'm doing Forex for 14 years. I was in 2024 top trader for a prop firm called Thunder Pro, which I had under 1 year about 130 payouts. I also six-figure account without. If you are in the prop firm game, most of the people, most of the influencers, what they do is they actually take an account, go all in, burn a lot of accounts essentially. In my case, that wasn't the case because I was funded 3 months, 100 days, so more than 3 months actually. 3 months more than the second best guy. Total, I was funded on that firm like 1 year and 2 months without actually burn the account, which is impressive on its own. All right. Now, I wanted to take this opportunity to actually do a challenge, a small challenge, just for the people to give something back, to follow along, and maybe you guys pick up some things. And that's it, essentially. Now, let me remove, by the way, what is Aeronra? Is my own hedge fund that I have created. I am the manager. I manage the accounts. I have custom tools built inside as well. And it's not that I am only the manager, I'm also the biggest investor because I manage my own funds. On top, I invest to build the platform from scratch. What does this mean? It means that every button, every color, everything inside the platform, I didn't white label it to be essentially, blackmailed from, the other corporations. I didn't white label. I didn't source it. I didn't found the tool. I create everything from scratch. Okay. And Aeronra is essentially a hedge fund that I manage the account, the money. What someone can do is essentially can invest, can say, okay, I want to invest 10,000, 20, 50, whatever, right? And then he can say, he put the money and then, have a manager invest the money, which this is the proper way. I mean, a trader have like two solutions. Most of the traders are losing money, and it's actually hard someone to be consistent trader. Okay, So that's why I create that. I create not only because it's hard, I created because one, I wanted for myself and for my family to go in a regulated way. Okay. Because investors are my brother, my mother, two students, and one friend and one cousin. So uh, that's about it. And for example, for my brother and for my cousin, I was managing their money for years essentially. Now, why I have this and didn't create a copy trading service? The reason is simple. Nobody with copy trading, nobody makes money. Only the ones that selling the signals. I have never in 14 years see anybody that actually make money with copy trading, follow signal someone else. On top of that, the balance is actually low. Imagine someone having, let's say, let's say someone is selling the signals and he has 1 million subscribers, 1 million people that follow the signal, and each one of those have $1. Now on paper it seems that he has $1 million, but it's not actually the case. It's $1 per person and 1 million different accounts. So when someone lose $1, essentially he lose, all the account. They cannot go far. But in the fund, what we do is we pull all the funds in one account, and that gives us room, flexibility, leverage. We have only plus. That's why, for example, nobody makes money with signals, especially on Telegram, WhatsApp, and stuff like that, or Discord. You guys probably get 100 messages a day. And nobody makes money on that side, but with funds, for example, the biggest fund, one of the biggest, one of the best for decades, it was Warren Buffett, right? One of the best investors of our time. Another, Chamath Palihapitiya. Another one that died unfortunately was Jim Simmons, the Medallion Club, the Medallion Fund, which essentially was the best. He made for the investors millions upon millions upon millions upon millions. Okay, collectively made billions. Warren Buffett again collectively made billions. And that's about it essentially. So with how to say it in a nice way, with signals someone cannot make any money. Okay, now let's continue. What we will do here, we will do a challenge that will actually push us. That's the first thing. Second thing, we will have some ground rules. All right. Now, let me remove the Aeronra website and let's set up here the ground rules. All right. Now, let me make it this little bit bigger in order to be able to see. And here the rules. Okay. One. We start with $10 or 100. or $100. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, okay, let me put it here. Challenge, not challenger. Aeronra or challenge. Okay. Now, keep in mind, we do this just because I want to test the software that I am recording. Okay. Now, we will have some rules. Rule number 1, we risk between 1 to 4 to 3% per trade. That is number 1. 2, the goal for every trade is A, if we make between 10 to 20% a trade or a set of trades. What does it mean? It means, let's say we start with $10 and let's say I open 2 trades. If I make 10-20%, I close both and then, I continue. If I make 10-20% in one trade, again, I can close and I can continue. It is very important, essentially, to not let the winner run and then return back to hit our stop loss. Okay, so essentially we want to take profit every time that we hit 10-20%. Okay, keep in mind it's $10. Okay. So if a trade, or B, if a trade hit 5R, we close. We might not hit 10 to 20%, we might hit 5R. We might, for example, risk $100, we make, 500. We close the trade. Okay? Very important. C, on every winning trade, we reinvest part of the profit. For example, if I made $100 profit, okay, then the next trade I won't risk 1 to 3%. It would be 1 to 3% plus the profit, not $100, but let's say 20, 30, 50, whatever. Okay. So, we reinvest the profits back. D, if possible, we secure partials. Okay, that's our rules. So the biggest rule is if we make between 10 to 20% or 5R, we exit. We get a new trade, bigger risk. Okay, that's what we do. Okay, and the goal to, let's say, 10x. I mean 10x, 10 to 100x our investment, which is you know, the 10 or 100, someone might put 20, 50, whatever. Okay, now it might seem hard. I mean, it is hard, but ultimately, if you have a good system and you follow a specific set of rules, you will find out it's not that hard after, let's say, you pass few trades. Why? Because if, let's say, the $100 you made them, 700, okay, that's an example. It's easier from 700 to go to 900 than to go from 100. Okay, from 100 to 200. Okay. For example, it's as you make profit, to put it simple, it's easier to go from, let's say, 10,000 to go then to 20, 50, 100, 500,000, okay, than because you have the balance and you have the capital to absorb a lot of bad moves that the market that you might run into the market. Okay, assuming that you don't use big leverage, and not big leverage, assuming that you know what you're doing essentially, because leverage is not all that important in what we do, because at the end of the day, where we put the stop loss is that will be our risk. Something very important, now that I said stop loss, we don't do martingale, layer, etc. We don't do that. Okay, we might scale a position, okay, but it's not okay, another thing, we always have hard, come on, stop loss. We trade pairs until we reach balance in order, trade gold and indices such as US 30, US 30, Nasdaq. Now, why I say that is because maybe some brokers doesn't allow to go straight with $10 to open on Nasdaq, or if you open, you are effectively all in. We're not looking to go effectively all in. Same with gold. If you put, I don't know, whatever the system that you use, 100 pip stop loss, and even if you open 0.01, it's $10. So depending the strategy that you use. In my case, I have my own strategy, and yeah, that's that. I hope you see here. Now, I am thinking now that as I am typing this, to actually to put a link on a broker that I use on the description here. So if someone sign up for that broker and open an account and do the deposit, to possibly share my positions as I am taking the trades. Now, those trades, again, is not trades that I'm taking on the fund. It is trades for that challenge. Okay, so it's not like I will give signals and I will continue to give signals and that's it. Essentially, this is like a way, and by the way, the goal is to make, between 10 to 100x our investment, and that's it. It's not like I will continue to trade on that account when I hit the target. Okay, so yeah, I will do that. Actually, I will put the broker that I use on the description. The ones that register and open the account and do deposit on that broker, I will be able to, essentially add them in a group. They will need to contact me, okay, with the live trading account in order to see how I will be able to do that with a copier. Because I will need to create a copier for that specific account number and then give the copier with the settings, and essentially what I open, it will be copied to their account, essentially. Yeah, that's about that. And also it's for Europeans, and it's one of the best brokers. If you are based on Europe or Australia, it's one of the best, if not the best. Definitely the biggest by volume. I mean, they do like how many billions per month? I mean, the last time that I checked, which was a few months ago, they do about I remember 16 million transactions per day or per month. I don't remember. Yeah, they also are regulated, and that's why I create also the fund, because I want to be on the regulated side. I want to invest in companies. I want to do it the right things in the right way. Okay. That's all. And yeah, let's go into the trading. Let me see, delete that. Yes, that trade was actually going really good, but until it didn't. 60, let's say 68. Let me show you here a good trick. 5. So you see, but now if I put the mouse here and move it, see, I can actually do this. Now, the good thing is I can move those things here in order to risk my and I need to go in the account inside and change the leverage to 500. And let me see. Okay. Transitions. I'm just checking everything in the new software that I use. Yeah. .67 here, and I open the positions without me as I was setting up the tool. 672, and that's why I took it here. Did an exit because I was talking, and that's bad because at some point it was all the positions about 20%. And here, yeah. After this trade, I will go and set up the leverage. Let's see. From the settings that I did, right now that I speak not loud, it should pick this up. Yes, great. And when I type into the keyboard, it shouldn't, because I try to find the best settings for my system for the for that program. Now we need to be patient because forex pairs doesn't actually move as fast as gold, but it is what it is. Hmm. Very good, that one is going good. One thing that I forgot to say is if we hit the stop loss, then we try to either make up that stop loss including the 10 to 20%. For example, we might make 10% and the stop loss. Okay, at least we try to either make 20% or the stop loss. But you will see it better in action if price move in our direction. It might take time, but when we pick up the momentum, it would be way easier. Finally, started moving. We only need a couple trades a day. This would be like a small, small challenge. I am also coding some stuff on the side. That's why I'm not talking too much and using the screen. But yeah, it's all good. Hmm. Hmm. We want to take, even if we make 20% a day, that's okay, because after a few days it will have um, grow, or after few trades, if we make it consistent, which is the hardest thing. Actually, let me show to you in the browser since we're here. And let's say, compound calculator. Forex. Should let me take it. Let me put this page here. Here and here, and if I do it correctly, window capture, okay, and then select and compound, great, and let's say starting balance, let's say 10 or 100, whatever. Periods, for us, period is a trade that reaches the target, 20%, or a set of trades. For example, right now I have 4 trades. I can close all and count that 20%. Now I don't do it right now because I believe in that down move. So I might be able to extract more. But let's say after 100 trades, right? Or different sets, let's say 100 different sets, let's say each set is 3 trades. Or we could take one setup a day. And we're looking for 20% gain or more. After 100 trades, you see, it will have go exponentially, all right? Even with small balance. Now the problem is that it is impossible to have 100 winning trades. You run into other problems in terms of liquidity, lot sizing, and stuff like that. We don't aim to have 100 winning trades or sets of trades. I mean, we want that, but it's very hard to do. But we don't want to go that deep. For example, you see, after 26 trades or 27 trades, without even, say that we will take 5R and stuff like that, we will have, 1,000 without even say that we will reinvest, part of the profit and stuff, just purely 20%. After, 50 trades, because at some point it scale aggressively. You see, from 27 to 50 is, not even double the trades, little bit less, but the money are 70 times more. You see? So the hard part is the early levels. Then of course you can risk less and stuff like that, but as soon as you get into 20 trades, then it's different kind of game. And by the way, if someone might want to start with $100 and aim for a 10%. After 100 trades or 100 sets, it would be 1.2 million, right? The hard part is the consistency. Or even with 10 or 20, those are stuff that nobody talks about, that nobody teaches, nobody even put into your head those ideas and the way that you need to think. All right, and it could be, periods. Let's say we aim not for 20% a trade or a set of trades. We aim for 20% a day. Those could be 100 days. You see, people don't talk about those stuff that are very important. And what will happen? Just say stay consistent on your system. It is very important that even 5%. Initially, someone might say, oh, that's too little. For example, $2. But the thing is, after a lot of people, they um, don't see the compound. They don't look for that. The eighth wonder of the world, right? Straight from, the mouth of the. All right, long-term compounding. That's why I have Aeronra. Those are the principles. And if we say Warren Buffett net worth, all right, 146 billion, and let's say assets under management, it would be 350. So no, he have personally 140 billion, and he also managed 300 billion for other people money and some in his money. You know. $1.1 trillion the company assets. Nice. That's why we are looking for the long term, and we play the long term game. Where is the window capture? Move. Yes. I could have taken the profit here and enter somewhere else in a different, let's say, position. Maybe, who knows? Maybe here. Wonder. Anyways, let's one. Even if we take two trades, so increase the this 40%, that would be good. Because right now we're shifting into, more how to put it simply. There are a lot of things that the traders are not focused in terms of psychology, in terms of the risk management, in terms of see long term. Um, Nah. All right, I'm very happy with what I found. I found a pause to have the the program. Nice. All right, I will cut the video here and I will leave the positions open and I will continue on the next one. Cheers.